Hey, everybody, and welcome to our late starting second session of Crown of the Oathbreaker.
Woohoo!
Yay!
Yay!
We're actually here. We didn't forget about you all.
I did.
Jonathan forgot about you all, but we didn't. Anyway, so I guess since this is the first time that we've had something previous going on, does somebody want to maybe give a brief recap of what led us to where we are now?
Yes, because I didn't forget about that.
Okay.
Actually, my memory is a little fuzzy. I've had a lot of tequila since then, so I think that we met. We found the ring at the home. The home belonged to the wife of the guy who's crazy.
Corso?
We don't say that word anymore. My bad. The guy who has sold his soul to Satan, and after doing so, he invited us in. My character Brevanius was adamant that we don't do such a thing because it will spell our doom. And so he gave us a bunch of codes, and we used those codes, those words, those sayings to go down to the river wall. And then we found a thing at the river wall, and the river wall told us that it was about the Dark Angels. And then there's like a secret sect or a following of the Dark Angels, which, by the way, the Dark Angels is not like that very good show that came out in like the mid 2000s. It's not that. They're actually just evil. They're actually terrible, and they will kill everything. So yeah, they're I guess these followers, and we are deciding if we're going to go and confront these baddies or like do something else. I don't. Yeah. Was that good?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I think that's fairly good.
My interpretation of that, though, was they were people who were running away from the Dark Angels. The Rat's Nest were escaping.
That's a little more in the vein of like what was kind of intended. Was that it wasn't like agents of the Dark Angels so much as it was like slaves, like Underground Railroad style.
Got you. Okay. Heard.
So I guess to tack one more thing onto that we kind of threw on at the end there, was you had managed to track the clues to a tavern that is called the Deep Warrens, which you would know of as a tavern that's run by former convicts that basically gave up their life of crime to basically just try and start a legitimate business. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay. Are we there on the map right now?
So if we're going to take a look at it on the map, I did actually throw y'all just in this general area. Particularly, it's going to be like here.
Okay,
Like
and
this
that's
building
third
here.
from the west, right? Yeah. So that's one, that's two, and then that's three. Okay.
Yeah. So it's like this one right here.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
That's the Rat's Nest.
This building is the
Warden.
The Deep
Warrens.
Warrens.
The Deep Warrens. Yes. Which is the name of that tavern.
It's like a nice place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Are we gonna go in?
It's gonna just walk right up in there. Just kick in the door.
I mean, should we do that, or should we like? Do I see Thotark? Oh no, Thotark has stepped back.
Oh, I could walk in.
And you hear BB say, Thotark, Set, no, whatever are you doing? We should definitely not just walk in there. We should definitely devise a plan, because just in case these people are agents of the Dark Angels, we do not want to walk into an ambush, if you know what I mean.
It's just a tavern. I've got gold and they serve beer.
But these people are ruffians and secular. We do not trust them.
It sounds like Sounds like our kind of people.
Well,
Yeah, why don't you just observe, BB, and maybe you can be like our backup plan to run away. You know, make hand signals or something. Why don't we just make a hand signal?
what should this hand signal be?
Why don't we make this hand signal? Oh, I guess, like, I was gonna say K for Catra, but then that could be misconstrued.
Wow.
How about?
It seems you're struggling. I have something for you. If
Okay.
you see me pull one of these flower petals out of my beard, it means that we are in danger and we should probably leave.
Okay. Well, what if none of us have? The rest of us, like, I don't have a beard or flower petals. So if I see something, should I just make a beard signal? Is that what we could do? The beard like thingy?
I also think that could be misconstrued as something else. What we should do is, and I pull a bunch of flowers out of my hair, and I give them to Ponsonby, Set, and Thotark. Should danger arrive, please remove the flower from your person, throw it in the air, and if we see that the room is raining petals, it is time for us to go, and we will leave elegantly.
Thotark's gonna throw his hair back and tuck it in.
Yes, excellent. Where are my flowers?
Yeah, I'll just like hold mine because it's definitely not gonna stick in my crystals here. But I'll just hold it.
Fine, suit you. Whatever floats your boat. Okay, so now that we have a plan, I will keep watch at the door, and you all will do what seculars do in bars.
Get a beer? We can get a beer now, right?
Yeah, we're getting a beer, brother.
All right. I'm really thirsty.
Just in case we don't understand that we are on a mission, so we probably shouldn't be drinking.
Right. I got you. No drinking until I get to the bar. Reconnaissance.
It's a carrying beer, right?
No,
you're just gonna carry it.
No, I think that having alcoholic beverages would be counterintuitive and counterproductive to what we are trying to achieve at this moment. So maybe we should just drink water
responsibly.
Light beer. He means light beer.
I look over at
yeah. Let's go.
I look over at Ponsonby for help. Like my eyes dart to her.
Hey guys, just say yeah, and then just say yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like lying to a man of God is just not the way to go. So.
Oh, okay. Well, just keep your flower ready. All right, let's head on in.
Okay.
Now we walk in.
Okay. So as you walk in, you see that the place does seem to be mostly empty. It is maybe a bit of a weird time of day for being able to do some drinking. Definitely kind of a day drinking kind of time. But
God, no.
Hmm?
No. Oh my.
I didn't say you can't drink. Just that there aren't a lot of people here drinking right now. You can still drink, I promise.
You're here, Adam. You're fine. Yes.
Yeah.
You were very upset about day drinking.
You sound like that guy from Family Guy. Oh no! Oh no!
So,
actually, I don't see him on the stream.
I do.
See who? Oh. See Adam, you mean?
Yeah, on Twitch.
I don't know. We all good on that?
No, he's not on Twitch. I don't see him on Twitch. Do you guys have Twitch pulled up?
Oh no.
I don't.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Well, do we want to fix that?
Can you all hear
Yes.
Adam? Not you
I mean-
guys, the people in the stream.
Oh.
Oh, they couldn't hear. They couldn't hear Adam.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Aw.
Savage Uvula? I live.
Savage uvula.
Okay. Cool.
Yay. So everybody's actually here now?
We know how to do that now. Sorry.
Yay.
It's okay.
Hey, this is still pre-adventure stuff. We're working out kinks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which means it'll be perfect the next time, right?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So as you open the door and walk in, there are aside from the emptiness, there are three folks actually standing around there. Go ahead and show these.
Oh.
Ooh. Let's
Getting
see,
stuff.
and there we go.
Ooh.
So-
Oh.
Aha. So yes, you can see that. Yes.
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Yay. Awesome. So this gentleman here will actually pipe up and kind of say into your direction, "Oh, welcome, friendos. My name is Scofire. I don't normally see groups of people coming into this establishment so early, but we definitely welcome coin."
Oh yeah. Hi, I'm Thotark, and these are my companions. Set, Ponsonby, and BB. We just taking a look around. We're in the area. Thought we might stop in here for a drink.
Well, we do have libations.
And tell me, is this bar this what is this? A barn? A tavern? A tavern? Yes, is this tavern acquainted with our Lord and Savior the Redeemer?
Well, I suppose there are probably some folks that come in here that follow the Redeemer.
Ah, yes, quite. Because I saw something just that way along the wall that was something reminiscent of dark times, if you understand what I'm saying. And it's just a little alarming that in this area we would keep such memorabilia.
Well, I don't know about keeping anything like that, but how about we get you some drinks?
No, I am of the Church of the Redeemer, and I will have water, your freshest.
Well, of course, I can get you water, no problem.
And these secularists will have beer.
No, I won't have a beer out of respect for the Redeemer. Shot of whiskey, please. Just one shot. Small cup.
All right,
Yes,
shot of
whiskey.
whiskey it is.
I'm assuming that is a non-alcoholic beverage.
You are assuming, yes.
Then I too will have a whiskey. Give me your finest and freshest of the whiskeys. Thank you.
Oh yes, 2 whiskeys coming up.
Oh yeah, go ahead, make it 3.
Okay, 3.
Okay, make it 4.
4. All right. And he'll happily pull a bottle from behind the bar and take 3 glasses, pour some whiskey in each, and hand them out. So, You said you were looking around. Anything in particular you've been looking around for?
Oh well, we heard some rumors in Gorso, and they led us here, and we found I'm guessing your marketing campaign on the wall, south of the river. Well, I guess we are south of the river, but something about dark angels.
Marketing campaign. I mean, I suppose we maybe have some word of mouth, but I can't say that we've really tried doing any kind of marketing.
Maybe you know something about a nest of rat's nest, something like that. I don't know. It's something we heard.
So, what about this nest of rats then?
Bonsenby, you read it better than me. Well, what was that all about?
Oh, yeah. So, okay. First of all, how do you feel about bones?
I mean, we all have them, I guess. Well, I don't know, maybe.
Well, and she pulls out the cold bone. It's still cold, right? It's just like a magic coldness.
Yeah, it would still be cold.
Okay. So, and she's going to stir her whiskey with the cold bone. So,
interesting.
First, we met some really neat methods. We definitely destroyed them, and as you can tell, per this cold bone. And then we met a guy that basically told us to go down to the river, and then we deciphered a code, right? So we decanted the code, and it led us here. And so we are looking for the rat's nest.
Well, so while I'm sure that there may have been something that pointed you here, I can't say that I'm necessarily too keen on having you just dig around the property here. I mean,
This bone did not sway you? And she waves it in his face before putting it back into her whiskey.
No.
She was trying to be very persuasive.
Well, give me a persuasion check then.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna lean over to BB and say, BB, the whiskey's going to burn when it goes down, but that's the power of the Redeemer filling you in the inside. Cheers.
I've already had mine, and it was delicious. It was put a fire in my soul and a fire in my heart, and now I am one with the Redeemer. I'm one with the Redeemer.
Glorious days.
12.
Hey, Scowfire, can I have another?
I'll drink to that.
Yeah, and he'll go ahead and fill up the glasses as he's listening to Ponsonby.
To the Redeemer.
To the
He's
Redeemer.
like really great. He's like really great. Hey, have y'all heard about the Redeemer? And then BB starts crying. It just professes his love for God. He's just so awesome. My God is so awesome, y'all. He's just great.
Yep, he's pretty good. So Skotark. Wait, Skotark. That's not
Skofire.
right.
Are you trying to ship Skofire and Thotark now?
Maybe. So Skofire, listen, we're just really trying to do the right thing here. And it would be great, even though your name is Skofire and you're just a regular old human, if you could assist us.
So he'll actually look over at another person who is sitting in the bar, which we will go ahead and air. So he'll look over at him and say, "Hey, Shizabdun, what do you think about all of this? I'm sure you've been listening in. And the other horned gentleman will say, well, I can't say that I'm necessarily keen on them going around snooping through things, but I mean, perhaps if they had some coin to offer us in exchange.
BB looks at Skullfire and says, hey, fireman, what's his name over there? The guy you're talking to? Who's that?
His name's Chesabdun.
Oh, can can I call you Chase?
Yeah, sure, I'm fine with it.
Hey, Chase. So, like, you kind of look like my wife. I just want you to know that. And, like, I think that you should, like, totally help us and, like, solve this problem that we have with, like, little to no cost in money. And because, like, and then I, like, throw my body onto his shoulder and I'm like, because you look like my wife. Like, and my wife wouldn't charge me to, like, help me with my problems. So I don't think you should charge us.
Do you want to roll a persuasion on that?
I do, absolutely. Oh shit. Actors. Brevanius. Persuasion is right here.
Oh.
Yay!
Well, you know, I'm sorry to say that I'm not very interested, but at the same time, you seem like an all right enough guy. So, I tell you what, if you want, we can maybe point you a little bit in the right direction, kind of at least show you a little bit of stuff. But I think we'll still at least need to charge for the drinks.
You know, yeah, like we could totally do that. I mean, you are definitely charging like a priest of the Church of the Redeemer, so that's just a little, I don't know, weird or whatever. But like, I guess we can. I can't, you know, it's a little sacrilege, but we.
Don't worry, BB. I got it.
Oh my God, I'm just so drunk.
Yeah.
And I realize that I'm drunk now. And now BB is going to go into a corner and start praying. So I look at everybody and I say, so y'all get the information from them, and I will go to bed. And I go lay down on a table in the corner.
Hey, Sko, so if you wouldn't mind, just go ahead and show them the gate down there.
The gate down there. What do you mean by the gate down there?
Okay, I'll take them down there, no problem. So if you'll follow me down in some of the lower levels there, we do have a strange ancient gate of some sort, and it collapsed, it seems like a long time ago, and we've never really gotten around to trying to clear all that stone out and everything to get a look, but I'm sure it would probably cost a pretty copper to be able to do all of that and everything, but there probably is some kind of treasure behind there.
Oh, well, I mean, I might be able to offer my services for, you know, some coin.
Here you go. Here's a gold for the drinks. That seems like plenty, right? And for giving us all the information and access to down here.
Well, I mean, I just wanted to show you what we have done here and thought maybe it could answer you some questions. But you see, the problem is that you know we've got a business to run here and everything, and well, here I'll take you down there and you'll kind of see for yourself. And he'll go ahead and lead you down into the cellar.
Hey, grab BB.
BB, we must go down to the cellar now. It is time.
Oh, but I was just having dreams about like praying to the Redeemer. I am ready to go. Tally ho.
Tally ho. This way.
Guess we're just trusting these people.
It seemed nice.
So y'all follow him into the cellar?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Definitely not a loaded message at all. But anyway,
No, it's gonna lock us up.
So he'll lead you down into the cellar where you do actually see like an ancient gate that has a bunch of rubble, just kind of like jamming everything up. Like you can't really get beyond the gate or see beyond the gate because it's just rubble. But is a so as you see, this is kind of a big undertaking. It would really take a lot of doing and everything, and so it would be kind of hard to run the business while we've got some kind of excavation going on just below us.
Oh, is the rubble supporting anything? Like, or are you worried about if it's gone? Is it going to make anything collapse upstairs?
Well, I'm not too worried about that. I mean, it doesn't seem like anything is like load bearing there. I mean, I think that whenever this collapsed, if it was going to collapse any of the building, it would have already done that probably. But I don't know. Now that you've seen it, let's go back up and discuss this over some more drinks.
Can I percept anything?
I mean, you can attempt to.
Can I get some insight on that? Because
Yeah,
I
would
felt
like
really
to.
fishy.
I would like to get some insight too. Ah, I don't see shit.
Okay, so as far as the perception roll goes, is there anything in particular that you were looking for?
I was looking for any pathways, any markings.
No, all of this seems to be pretty old. Like the gate itself is very old, like probably as old as the messages that you had found. But you don't see any kind of other passageways or anything. It looks like when it caved back behind the gate, it caved pretty much entirely. So you don't really see any other way other than to probably excavate it out to get through.
When you mean excavate, like our hands would not be suitable for this work?
It would probably take more than just bare hands. Like it would probably be like a good day's work, like with tools and everything at least.
Well, somebody with my expertise, though.
Also, how big are the gaps between the pieces of rubble?
So there's not really much of a gap. Like this is all settled over a very long time. So it's sealed up pretty well.
So a mouse could definitely not fit through there.
Yeah, you don't really see any gaps that you think a mouse could really fit through, but you never know. They're slippery. So as far as the insight checks that everybody else rolled, so as far as all three of you can really tell, like Scofire seems to be pretty genuine about all of this. Like his main concern seems to be with being able to run his business.
Okay, so like he did, because it seemed kind of frantic.
Well,
I mean, was that frantic because he was trying? Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
No, go ahead.
I was asking, is that frantic because he was trying to get back to his business, or like?
Well, if it really sounded frantic, that's probably my fault. But
oh, that wasn't your aim. That wasn't your.
I didn't intend to make him sound frantic. No.
Okay, I'm just reading into it. I'm good at reading into things too much. So.
No, that's just me being frantic.
Hey, Scofire. before you head out, you mind if I try something real quick?
Well, I guess that depends. What do you mean, try something?
I want to see about moving some of this real quick.
Real quick?
Yeah. Really simple. Yeah, I mean, if it's okay with you, it is your business.
Well, it's kind of a lot to move really quick. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you don't look strong or anything, but like,
Well,
I don't like that. That's a lot for somebody to try and move.
I'm not strong at all. But so here. I just want to test something here. And I want to cast Mold Earth and move a 5-foot cube of it to another location and see. Like I'm going for a chunk of it that may be kind of load bearing for the rest of the pile. See if it helps move it along.
So it seems to be pretty heavily packed. So when you move the 5-foot chunk, like it mostly all stays pretty intact. Maybe a little bit from above will kind of shift downwards a little bit, but it doesn't like crumble.
Okay. I could do that every 6 seconds. or 12 seconds or whatever.
So I'll also say that when you mold that like 5-foot cube chunk out, you do just see more earth behind it.
Yeah.
So you're not sure how long it would necessarily take, but it's definitely something that would be doable. But it would probably take a little while to complete.
Okay. Well, as you see here, I can definitely clear this out in a considerable short amount of time without causing a bunch of equipment and people coming down here and a big commotion. I mean, hell, we don't even have to go back upstairs.
Well, I mean, I will admit that that's definitely a lot faster than just using a shovel or something. But I think in any case, it's probably better if I consult with my my business partners.
Yeah, maybe we can discuss negotiate some prices for the service too. I mean, we're clearing it out for you.
Okay, yeah, let's go up and we'll talk about this.
All right.
All right, so y'all head back upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Scofire will actually go over to Shesubdun and he'll say, "Hey, so they seem really keen on trying to dig out that tunnel back behind the gate. And I mean, I know as well as you do. It's probably not the greatest thing for our business to have all the noise and everything, but this guy over here, he's got some magic tricks that seems like he's able to kind of move around the earth really easily. So he might actually be able to do something about it a little quieter and a little faster." Well, I guess the main concern really is just with all the noise and disruption to the actual patronage here. If they can be quiet about it, then maybe we could talk about something like that. I don't know. We still I think we still need some kind of compensation for it though. Like just with just opening up the access and things like that. I mean, I don't know what you're going to find down there. Like nobody knows what you're going to find down there. It's been there forever. But I suppose maybe say I don't know if you could spare maybe like 200 gold. Do you think?
Well, I mean, doing a bunch. I'd be paying you to do a bunch of work. The way I see it, you'd be getting maybe more storage space. You could stock up, build this tavern up a little bit, you know. Let's say whatever we find down there, we'll split it with you. How does that sound good with the rest of y'all?
Like, as you know, I cannot accept money in the name of the Redeemer. So all of my proceeds will, of course, go to the church. Yes.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we'll split it with you. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to talk for you other two.
That sounds fine to me, I guess.
Whatever you think is best, brother.
I'll tell you what, I kind of like you guys. So what if we say 100 gold, and anything you find down there, when you clear it out, you can keep for yourself, and we'll just include the drinks in that cost too.
Well, I only have 48 gold.
And I have 0. In the name of the Redeemer.
Here, Thotark. Just you want to just.
No. You know what? This is going to be taking everything I've got. But what will you do? 75.
You want to roll a persuasion?
Yeah. I'm looking for dice. 11.
I don't know. 75 is really low.
What if we give you 75 and I let you touch my bone?
Hey, it is a cold bone.
16.
I cool off some drinks pretty fast for you.
You know, I don't suppose you could get more of those bones or something. I think we can maybe figure out some kind of interesting angle using those in some drinks or something.
I bet, well, I really hate to give up this bone, but I bet you could, like, break it into little shards, make, like, cold toothpicks for, like, shots and stuff.
I remember where we left the other bones. We could...
Yeah, next time we go to the source of the bones, so we'll bring them back for you.
The bone source.
Are we aware that these bones are not sanitized?
Well, I mean, you can wash them off, just like you do
Rub
glasses.
some dirt on them.
They're
Rub some dirt on them, spit shine them.
Yeah, make like a specialty drink out of it. And Ponsonby like goes to hand him the bone that she has.
He'll touch it. Oh wow, that is really cold.
Yeah, and she doesn't quite let it go yet. They're like struggling back and forth a little bit. Okay, all right, there you go.
You know what? If you can maybe get us some more of these bones, I think we can maybe have a deal.
Ah, yes, it'll be free for us to just go down those tunnels if we get you some more of these bones. Correct?
We'll skip the 75.
You know what? I'll tell you what. We'll call it a deal, but I'm gonna need some guarantee of getting, I'd say, at least a couple dozen more bones like this.
I grab Scofire's hand and I say, Scofire, look, I got drunk here in the name of the Redeemer, and I did that of my own volition. Do you really think that a priest of the Church of the Redeemer would just go back on their word? And as I say that, I grab his hand and I put it on my chest.
Can we just go?
My word? Do you really think that I'm going to just walk out of here? Do you think I'm just going to walk out of here?
Okay. Listen, I'm sure that's not really what he meant. It's not that, we don't trust you or anything. just if you show up with a couple of bones, then maybe we feel a little bit let down. But
the assurance is my word that we will come back later with dozens and dozens upon dozens of bones for you.
Maybe
now we must. But now we must get down to that tunnel and see what is on the other side in the name of justice.
Yeah. Think of all the storage space you'll get.
Okay, and well, that's good enough for me.
I'm still holding his hand to my chest.
All right, so we're not doing the 75 gold.
Right. Like the agreement is instead for you to retrieve more of the mephit bones.
Okay. Next.
And I look at everyone and I say, we have to do this because if I go back on my word, I will literally lose everything. Like everything.
It's all he has is his word.
I'm sure there's like spells and shit I'm gonna lose too, man. So please don't leave me destitute. Fuck shit. What have I done for damn it?
As we're walking down the stairs to go back down there, I'm gonna be like, don't worry. Nobody's gonna know that there's bones under that shrubbery.
Hopefully not, because I'm really kind of bummed.
I'll just dig it up. Zap.
I miss that cold feeling already.
We'll save one for you too. All right. How long is this going to take to?
So it'll still take a pretty good portion. Like you're already partway through the day, so I'd say by the time you finish, if you're just working straight through, it'll probably be getting towards evening.
Okay. Yeah. It's a cantrip.
Yeah, I mean it's not like a problem of resources, just a problem of time. Okay. Which, if you want to spend the time, you are more than welcome to.
I mean,
are there
find the rest of this.
Are there parts of like stone and stuff like that that are like cracked? That like maybe if I mended it, it would put it back together, make it just a little more sturdy or stable, so that we have an easier time working.
Yeah, you can definitely do that, and just kind of I would say you can use some mending to kind of like mend some cracks here and there to kind of increase stability, kind of be able to carve out a tunnel of sorts between the cantrips.
When he tries to mend, I'm going to make sure that I'm standing at least 10 feet away from the spot that he's mending.
Okay.
And not to feel completely useless, I'm going to go back upstairs after a little while and grab a broom from behind the bar and bring it back downstairs and start sweeping up the stuff that they leave on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ponsonby has called out Katra, and Katra's helping to dig at the places that aren't being.
Okay. Yeah. So amongst all of that work, you managed to make some pretty good progress, pretty steady progress, carving a tunnel out through that caved in area. You do actually end up finding a you find a small featureless cellar chamber behind all of that, which you see a crumbling skeleton that seems to be slumped into one of the corners, which is in some tattered rags, and seems to have been holding a holy symbol that well, actually, yeah, I think that'd be readily enough available. Looks to be a holy symbol of the shining light in one hand, and some type of spear pierced through this body. Well, what was his body, into the stone floor below, that is kind of gripped in the other hand.
Okay. Can I do a recall, like a history check or a religion check?
Sure.
Okay. Wow, both are trash. Okay, let's just do religion. I would have known what this was, but I think I skipped this day in religious class. Sorry. Please, maybe too many of the what are they called? Squaws? I had too many of those today.
Well, I would say that you still recall that the shining light was was the group against the Dark Angels that then ended up kind of taking over everything.
Okay. I relay that information to everyone, and then I say, so we found this holy symbol. What do you all deduce?
I don't think they died of natural causes.
Who do we mean by they?
The skeleton
Ah, you think that
with the spear in it.
you think the skeleton to be a dark angel itself? I don't.
No, I think that
No.
that Set was saying that this skeleton that's holding this holy symbol died because of the spear inside of it, and I would assume that a skeleton holding a holy symbol on purpose is probably part of that religion. And because you said that that religion, the shining light kind of fought against the dark angels, that this is probably somebody who maybe there was a battle or something against the shining light and the dark angels, and this guy did not pass.
Is there anything else around, like any other weapons or any other items, or is it just this one holy relic and the spear in the body?
So the only thing that you really see that looks intact, like there's a bunch of like debris and rubble, like bits of broken, like seems like maybe pottery, things like that, like strewn about. But this seems to be the only thing that's really still at least partially intact, and especially the holy symbol and the spear particularly are intact.
Well, I think that Ponsonby is going to try to pick up the holy symbol, but before we do that, do we want to take a break?
Yeah, I think we can go ahead and take a quick break, and then we will deal with that when we get back.
Sweet.
Be right back.
From the indie podcast creators that brought you Microphones and Monsters, A Fool's Quest, Ethereal Embrace, and other hit podcasts, comes a new actual play podcast, Dread Tech Incorporated. Set in the futuristic cyberpunk setting of Dark City, our three DDA special agents, Nitz with his drone blip, Sylvia Rivera, the shape-shifting social media icon, and Zaus, the Zoog heavy gunner, take on the evil corporation Yogsonic Dynamics in an attempt to bring the heinous actions of the corporation into the public spotlight. But will our heroes be prepared for the unworldly supernatural horror that lurks below the corporation's front? Follow Dread Tech Incorporated wherever you get your podcast to find out.
And we're back? Question mark? Yay, we're back.
Hi.
Yay. Okay. So, where we last left off, we were talking about the fact that pretty much everything in here looks pretty much decrepit and just crumbling, except for the holy symbol and the spear.
Yeah, so Ponsonby goes to grab the holy symbol.
And BB goes to grab the spear.
I go to grab the doorknob.
Okay, so we'll kind of split this up a little bit. So when Ponsonby goes and grabs the holy symbol, nothing happens. The holy symbol, you grab the holy symbol, and it is a holy symbol.
Okay.
When BB actually goes and grabs the spear, like do you actually remove the spear from the body, or are you just touching the spear?
Fuck.
those classic DM questions.
Shit on my face. Yeah, I pulled the bitch out. I sure as fuck do.
Okay, so when you pull the spear out, there is a visage that appears over the skeleton, large. Everybody can very obviously see it. That looks like a very wrathful and evil-looking Deva angel that is covered in blood. It cries out in rage and then dissipates in a flash of utter darkness. Everyone needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, wisdom.
You hit mine. Did you see that? Did that happen on yours?
Yeah, I saw that.
No.
Oh, at least one of us is safe.
Okay. Everybody except for Set succeeds.
What?
Everybody
Oh,
except for Set succeeds.
Oh,
So
what was that?
So Set will actually get disadvantage on saving throws or saving throws against effects that would render him frightened, and it will last for a week.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
I look back and I noticed that we were just cursed, or there was an attempt at a curse. I guess Set is a little spooked, and so I walk over to Set. I say, Set, sorry about that, man. I didn't know that was going to happen. You are safe here.
I'm holding the broom in my hand, ringing it back and forth. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe, but I'll trust you.
Yes, trust in us, trust in the Redeemer. But look, I have a spear. And can I examine this spear?
Yeah,
Is there
you can
anything worth
certainly
examining on it?
you can certainly examine the spear. It does look like to be a very, very nice quality spear. Are you doing anything other than just taking a good close look?
I'm doing an investigation, and do I have any type of look at the magic shit on this spear? I'm looking. Hold on, wait. Spell book. Can I cast detect magic on it?
Yeah, you absolutely can cast detect magic on it.
All right, cool. So I do that little number right there.
And it does detect as magical.
Motherfucker. So I have a spear in my hands, and it is indeed magical. Whether or not I know if it's good or evil.
Evil. It's evil.
But I must say that maybe this spear would be better in your hands. I'm going to try and give it to Set.
Okay.
No.
Set.
No.
I'll take it. That was really cool. I wonder if we can make that happen again. Did you see that thing? It's like some sort of phantasma or man, I wish I could remember what they were called, but whoa.
I think it was a remnant of a dark angel. Possibly, maybe.
Wow.
But watch what I do. And I'm going to hand the spear to Ponsonby and say, look how Ponsonby is unharmed.
Okay.
Wow. I wonder if I not that I'll do it to any of you guys, but I wonder if I stick this in somebody else and pull it out, if I could see that thing again.
that might work.
Set just looks terrified. Just what? Why would you do that?
Well, I just kind of want to know what that was.
Monster.
There might be some answers in here.
Yes, there probably is more answers in here. Ponsonby, may I see that holy relic?
Sure. Here you go. And Ponsonby tosses it.
I whoop 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 Three Stooges and catch it. And after I say, and Ponsonby, you notice nothing unfamiliar about this item that I'm holding in my hand, this holy symbol.
No, it just looks like the holy symbol.
Okay. Yeah,
for
I'm
the
gonna put
shining light.
You all just keep handing around cursed items to each other. That's just handing them around. Everyone's cursed.
No, this one is not magical, so there is no curse here. What I am going to do is I'm going to keep this on my person for the time being, and it may become useful to us in the future. Either way, we should continue to look around this room to see if there are any more clues. Tally ho!
Just one thing really quick I want to interject. I just want to make sure, like the spear did detect as magical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I could have sworn you said that it wasn't magical, but
no, I was saying the holy symbol wasn't.
Oh, the holy symbol. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's a holy symbol.
Right. But like maybe it could be like the chosen holy symbol. We don't know, you know.
you don't. I mean, it as far as you can tell, like with the detect magic and everything, it seems to be a normal holy symbol.
Okay, I got it. So I would like to continue searching around the room and just do a general investigation of the room. Is that possible?
You can, but I'll go ahead and save us just a little bit of trouble and say that that even looking around very carefully, you're not able to find anything else that really catches your eye in the room. It seems like anything else that may have been in here probably crumbled a long time ago.
There was a door, wasn't there?
Well, there was a doorway. Is kind of like where you came into it through the rubble.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's all that's down here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
A spear. Okay. A cursed spear. And there's no other door. Or no other doorway.
Right. It's just it's just a dead end room that would have probably just been a side room to the actual cellar.
Oh, okay. I find it quite peculiar that this area was closed off due to natural causes, and if it was a part of the cellar, that it was all destroyed. Should we look for another passage, or are we done here for the day?
Maybe we could poke somebody with this spear, see what it does.
No, I see that you have found yet another fixation. Maybe we should not fixate on this right now. Harming people is not exactly what we do in the Eye of the Redeemer, unless you're a part of the bad faction of the Redeemer, but we don't talk about them.
I mean, just a small poke. Not like, I'm not saying like pin, like go all the way through a body or anything. Just a small poke.
I would just like to have a gentle reminder that our friend Set over here is kind of on pins and needles, just looking at that spear. So maybe we shouldn't do such actions in front of them. Just saying.
Okay.
We could just go get those bones and pay for the spear.
But are those cool bones?
Yeah, let's go get the cool bones from the...
the other bones. Not the bones of the person that was impaled by the spear that was cursed. In the hole in the bottom of the sea.
Kwanzaa sticks the spear back into the skeleton and pulls it out. Does anything happen?
Actually, no. Nothing happens this time.
That screams and covers his eyes.
He's already dead. Set.
No!
All right.
Please. No.
Okay. All right. I did not know this about you, Set. Interesting. Okay. Well, I guess let's go get those bones so I can, get that bone back in my collection, and we can pay this guy, and maybe we can figure out what this spear does along the way.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Yes, a plan indeed. Tally ho.
So we go get the bones, bring them back.
Kwanzaa keeps one.
Kwanzaa keeps one. We pay for our adventure.
Yeah, Kwanzaa tells the barkeep what she saw down there. When BB pulled the spear out of the guy, she gets really animated. Then this like ghost-like figure thing that maybe could be a dark angel, I don't know, but if it is, that's gonna be really cool. Just came out of nowhere and like said something kind of, I don't know, I couldn't quite understand it. Scared the bejesus out of old Set here. But
scared the Bedeemer out of set.
The Bedeemer
out of set. That's better. Out of old set over here. But the rest of us, just looked at it in awe. It was incredible. And I'm thinking if I poke somebody else with this spear, maybe we could see it again. You want to try?
No, I think I'll pass on that. Thanks.
Okay. Consent is important, so if you know anybody else who wouldn't mind getting poked for a chance to see like a weird, like awesome monstrosity, let me know.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Scofire, quick question for you, friend.
Yeah.
I find it quite peculiar that down there, where the cellar should be, there's a whole ass fucking skeleton stabbed through the body with a spear and a holy symbol. And how did we miss this in the renovation of this tavern? What happened there?
I agree. Seems fishy.
Well, all I know is that it caved in long before we ever came about. I mean, probably hundreds of years before we were even born.
Never checked the basement? That's the first thing I do when I go to a new inn. Check the basement.
But I mean, it just seemed like a whole lot of hassle that we didn't need to go through. I mean, why even refinish the cellar? Like, the only thing we really had to worry about was how it looked up top. I mean, people aren't usually going down into the cellar.
Do you understand that that's probably a violation? Because if anyone were to go down there and hurt themselves, it would fall directly onto you as the owner of this tavern.
Do you have
why
insurance?
I don't usually let people down there, and why I didn't really want to let you down there either.
And now you did, and now we're suing. So please understand. So we have this spear. We're going to keep it, of course. But do you have any other knowledge or history about this cellar and what it may have been used for? Because it looked like the person that was impaled by this here spear that was in your establishment, I'm only saying this and having it recorded for legal reasons, was in your cellar. It looked like it was in a skirmish, a kerfuffle, a fight, if you will.
So again, I didn't even know anything about what was down there. Like, that was a lot of stuff to try and clear out for what didn't really seem like a good reason.
I say that for legal reasons, you have a very good alibi. Who would we speak to that may know about what was down there?
Mostly about this spear or this holy symbol of the shining light.
Or the banshee thing that was screaming covered in blood that flew away.
The monstrosity.
Yeah.
Who sold the building to you?
Boy, y'all are really digging into this.
Oh, now you say
we're done with
fucking
the adventure.
serious.
We're still going.
It's not that serious.
Yeah. We can move on. Hey, how about
like
before
can
head
we
out here?
get the title for your pub? Like, we need to know the last 3 owners of this location.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm sorry, I do. I find it really weird.
I would like to see the title to the pub. You don't have to come up with any names. I just want to see it.
It's probably like
If they'll let me.
Sure. Like, they actually have like a title, like in the safe, and he very warily shows it to you.
Okay, and this is like a bill of sale, like title for like an official like owned beer like kind of thing.
Yeah, it all looks above board.
All right, cool. That's all I wanted to know.
Okay, so here's my curiosity coming up again. So the whole thing was this rat's nest was supposed to be a safe space away from the dark angels, but it seems as though a cursed dark angel spear killed somebody who, was holding the holy symbol of the people who were fighting against the dark angels. So maybe it wasn't quite a safe space after all.
It's safe now.
I mean, yeah, I guess. How do we know there aren't any more spears down there?
I don't know.
Because there were no other passages and no other way down there for us to go and explore.
That
I
we
will
saw.
say that we saw, and if we were, I guess, if we were to truly, if someone were to hide something from my sight so well, I do believe I'm probably not quite ready for it now. Since we're here and we're at this conjunction junction.
What's your function?
Hello.
God dang it.
Exactly. Exactly. What are we doing here again? Is it time for us to go?
Yeah, I think before we leave. Yeah. Let's just go. Yeah.
Okay, enjoy your bones. I'll come back to have a drink with one of them to figure out what you end up doing with them.
Oh yeah, sure. And thanks. This is going to be good for us, I think.
Yeah, it'll be a little niche thing. You can only come here to get like the cold toothpick drink, whatever you do.
Yeah, maybe it should be a blue drink.
You know, I kind of like the idea there. Blue, cold blue. Yeah, it makes sense.
As we are leaving, I just take a quick look at Chisabdun, and I just want to see if maybe their face is like looking ominous, mysterious, something. I'm just taking a look because we've been talking to Scofire this entire time. We've had the spear in our hand, and like no one is just curious. Like we just walked out with a whole spear.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily seem like super weird or distressing to them. Like, I mean, there's all kinds of history in this city, and like for any place that's been blocked off for a long time, it wouldn't necessarily be weird to find like artifacts such as weapons.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. So then I look at Chase of Dune, realize that Chase of Dune is just enjoying their drink. And I am going to leave the tavern that we were at.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's say it wasn't so bad, BB.
I feel that releasing a spear that released a bloody angel thing into this thing, and have you seen Set, man? Have you seen Set?
It'll be all right.
Just the way things are falling in order, I feel like it may or may not be, and you can quote me on this if you want to, but it may or may not be a snowball that's happening as we speak. Where to next?
Well, do you all have anything in particular that y'all are wanting to try and do?
Maybe get the spear identified.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are there any like king clubs or anything in town?
I don't think that's what he meant by identifying the spear.
Okay.
You know, Traz probably knows a guy, right? Knows someone that can hook us up.
Yeah, you know, I think for the sake of simplicity. Hey, there we go. I think for the sake of simplicity, I'm just gonna say that you get pointed to someone. You go talk to them, and they actually are able to identify the spear as being a +1 spear, and it being adamantine.
Ooh.
+1 spear.
Okay. And so it's not adamantine spear of bloody angels, right?
I mean, if that's what you want to call it, they're not able to identify anything else. It seems to just be a adamantine +1 spear.
Ponsonby, can I see the spear? Ponsonby, can I see the spear?
What are you gonna do to the spear?
Nothing. It's a +1 spear, adamantine bloody angels.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see the spear?
I mean, you can look at it.
Give me the spear.
Thought you didn't take payment.
It's not payment. I have something to do in the name of the Holy Redeemer.
I'm really worried that you're gonna like destroy it or something before
No,
I see.
It's not my property to destroy. Please let me see.
Right, because it's my property, right?
Right. So I wouldn't destroy your property. That would be very unredeemer-like of me.
Okay.
She doesn't
We
want
give
this
life.
scary
We don't
demon
destroy shit.
from being
All
removed.
right. So she does the same thing where she like lets him grab it, but then doesn't let go right away.
Oh yeah. Oh, it doesn't matter. I stab my hand with the spear.
Oh my god!
Do you see another bloody angel thing?
You do not.
Aha! As I have gathered, it wasn't the spear that was cursed, but it was the skeleton.
Oh dang
Close
it!
enough.
We didn't even take the bones.
Yes. By us releasing the spear, we may have released something into this city.
Well,
And I say us because I am not the only one that will be held accountable for this.
I mean, you totally just grabbed the spear out and like just threw caution to the wind, just pulled a spear out of a dead person, but
Yes, and the world's greatest mysteries have always been figured out through trial and error.
that is true.
Yes.
You know. And you know what? We were all there with you. We didn't stop you, so it is kind of our fault too.
Yes, it is.
So plus
you're
one
saying-
spear of adamantine. And that didn't stab you. So there's nothing special about the spear.
No, the spear is not special. It is what we did
It's a
after we
magic
released the
item.
spear.
There's nothing special about it. It's just magical and made out of awesome metal. So
Well, not special in the way that I wanted to be special. I wanted it to be able to summon a monstrosity.
Is my deduction correct, DM?
do you mean about the
Which
bones being cursed, or
We released something when I took out the spear.
yeah, the latter is probably a little more accurate.
Ah, fuck. We did something bad. Fred.
Although probably not in the way that you think.
I mean, maybe it
Okay.
So you're
GM,
saying there's a ghost? There's a ghost in the city? I'm not gonna be able to sleep
Hey.
for a
question
week.
is,
Nobody tells Seth that there are probably thousands upon thousands of ghosts in this city.
my question is, was I a direct result of anything that's about to happen to us?
You mean were you the reason why it happened, or why anything upcoming would be happening? Like-
That revolves around bloody angels.
No. I would say
know?
that I would say that if anything happens to you involving bloody angels, it was not necessarily your fault.
Because I pulled out the spear.
Right.
Ah!
Stuff, you know.
So y'all just see me having this conversation with myself, and I am just the entire time.
Hey,
So
maybe we should go tell that Gorso guy that we figured out his riddle.
Yeah. Does anybody want the spear?
No,
He's looking at me.
no.
It's just a regular spear set. You just saw me stab BB in the hand on accident, total accident, and nothing happened. It's just a regular old spear.
Nothing happened because you didn't kill him. That's what makes him a ghost.
Well, then what's the point of a spear if you have to kill someone to make them a ghost? To make a ghost appear? I mean, that's just a normal spear.
This is gonna be an insane campaign.
Oh yeah, yes it is.
Set, you were like super strong and stuff. I think you could throw the spear pretty far in case we get in trouble. Look, just touch it. Just touch it. Touch it.
I'm strong on the outside. I'm not strong on the inside.
She's like trying
It'll
to
be
hand
alright.
set the spear.
so yeah,
All
are we gonna go back to Gorso?
I mean, do y'all really want to go all the way back out to Gorso?
Okay. So that
I'm
was
not-
something
I
that
was-
you just said right now.
Is there
Right.
anything else that we can do?
So as far as that whole thing goes, yeah, not really. No.
Okay.
That's pretty much all of that.
Okay.
We just got a decently strong spear.
Are you
Yeah, a pretty decent spear considering that you're still like lower level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Ponson B really trying to give the spear to Set? Because I'll take it, but I won't trust it for sure.
Yeah, Ponsonby is really trying to give the spear to Set because she's not going to be able, like, her strength, because it's a spear, her throwing ability is not, her strength is pretty poor.
Yeah, and that's a pretty sweet weapon. Like, me as a player, that's dope. Me as the terrified barbarian.
Set, you could do some real damage with this, and maybe if you do kill somebody, I could see a freaking ghost again or something. I couldn't hurt anybody with it.
It always goes away.
I'll take it, but I don't want to kill anyone with it.
Well, hopefully you don't have to kill anybody, but if somebody's trying to kill me, I hope you kill them first.
Yeah, I'll make that exception.
Thanks.
Take my robe and put it over my hands as you hand it to me to take hold of it. Put it, sheath it.
Okay.
Okay.
Fingers
So
crossed.
now that the spear is in the right sleeves, what exactly are we to do now? We need to find someone that knows about the history of that cellar.
Do we? I mean,
A bloody angel screamed murder as I released it from the spear.
There's
That's
all
true.
kinds of weird stuff all over this town. Maybe we'll just stumble across it. Why go
So
looking
little
for
children
trouble?
just see the abnormal and say, "Oh, that's just a Monday."
Yeah. Why go looking for it? It'll find us if it's meant to be.
Mondays.
Well, sounds like a plan.
well, I'm hungry, so maybe we can go like find a place to get some food and maybe ask around.
Or just sleep. I have spells that need spelling.
So it is actually pretty late right now. Like you did spend pretty much the entire rest of the day like digging out and getting the bones and delivering them back and such.
All right.
Okay. To food, dinner, and sleep we go. Where's the nearest inn?
I don't know. Let's just keep things simple and just say, yeah, there's one right over there. We'll deal with that kind of stuff later. But
An inn.
We'll have more locations when the campaign starts.
When the dark angel closes the door, the Redeemer opens the window.
yes.
I am rested. I didn't use anything.
Good job. Good rest.
There
I will not
is
get exhausted.
There's a +1 spear in the inventory thing. I think I can add that.
There should
yeah.
be.
Yeah,
And,
you should be able to add that. Yeah.
So I will do that. Yep. All right, cool. It doesn't say specifically that it's adamantine, but
Yeah, but let me think. What is actually adamantine in 5e these days?
Adamantium. Vibranium?
Radium.
I can rename it
let's see.
adamantine, so I know.
We can deal with that later.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that it's just like a damage resistance thing. Like adamantine goes through certain resistances.
Cool. As we were in the
All
end,
right.
getting rest.
Okay, so you get rest. You rest for the night. I guess the thing that I'm trying to figure out right now is when precisely we're going to be trying to do our like full break. Because I don't know if I want to like
Pop
get
us into
started
it.
on the next thing just for us to stop.
Yeah, we're at an hour 26 right now.
Okay. So let's go ahead and do long break now. And then we'll come back and we'll start on I guess what we'll do is our kind of last pre-adventure thing.
Oh, yay.
Ooh.
All right.
Hey, I'd like to ask you a favor if I could. Creative Typo is a community of creators that are offering quality content from streaming tabletop games to actual play podcasts to audio dramas. And the ask is this: even if the content isn't quite your thing, this is your chance to support a small community that aims to provide a wide-ranging, inclusive, and loving community for free. Feel free to engage with any of the Creative Typo posts that you see by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And if you find yourself scrolling while you wait for school or work, or for your brain to finally allow you to fall asleep, if you wanted to leave a 5-star review for any or all of our shows, we would greatly appreciate it. All of the engagement that we get helps us to reach others who are looking for quality content to be able to dive into and a welcoming community to belong to. And if you've made it this far, thank you so much for listening. You're amazing. Stay safe. We love you all.
And we're back.
Hey.
Yay.
Mhm.
And we are on a new day.
All right.
So as y'all are getting ready for the day, you actually when you come down to the main floor of the tavern, we'll just kind of shoehorn this in here a little bit. You see a man talking to the proprietor of your tavern that seems to be somewhat frantic. You kind of overhear him. He seems to be looking for people to be able to help him out. Like some people canceled on him, and he needs help like immediately.
Oh, hi. What you needing help with?
Oh,
I'm Thotark.
Oh, yes. Hi, my name is Ulmric. Ulmric Lorenzo. Yes, I actually do need some help. I'm trying to put on a bit of a cooking competition of sorts. The Princess Afina actually is going to be trying to choose a private chef, and I have been given the honor of being able to hold a competition to help her decide. But I need some extra hands to help around the event, but I had some people cancel on me, and I need people right away. I can pay.
You are asking
We have a
us-
picture of Omric.
I unfortunately do not.
Okay.
I would really love to, and I looked and looked and looked and looked, but I do not have a picture of Ulmric.
Okay.
You mean to tell me that you are asking us for help?
Well, I came over here and asked him what he needed help with.
If it helps, I can pay $100 or 100 gold each per person that helps for the day.
Absolutely not. We will do it for free in the name of the Redeemer.
No. We'll take the 100 gold each. That's 400 gold.
No, we will do it for free. Think about it. Thotark,
I'm gonna lean in and I'll be like, I handle his money.
Okay, I see that he is not exactly good with finances, so that makes sense.
Yes.
Who needs finances when you have everlasting life? Yes.
Even more reason to have.
Yes, we can be poor for eternity. But who needs riches when we have Jesus? Redeemer.
Redeemer.
So Omric, I heard that was your name. Please tell
Yes.
me, how can we lowly servants of the Redeemer be of help to you, of use to you?
Well, I have quite a few things that could be filled in, but why don't you tell me some of your skills? I can maybe figure what I can use you best in.
Yes, I have a bi wife, and so I cook for her all the time.
Okay. Well, seeing as how we already have the competitors, we don't necessarily need to have a chef, but I do think that I have some need for at least one assistant for one of the chefs.
That could be I. I am also very righteous, and so I have a keen eye on ne'er-do-wells who do nail-do-weldery.
Well, I hope that there won't be much need for that. Mostly just the cooking, hopefully.
Well, point me in the direction of this person that I may assist them in the name of the Redeemer.
Well, we can go. The contest is actually going to be held at my establishment, the Golden Nectar Inn. I can take you there. So I take it that you all are interested in helping?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. On the way there, you could tell us about the spots you got open for what you need.
Well, I suppose that I probably need some help with someone to maybe serve as like a security guard of sorts, especially with an event like this. When you're dealing with royalty, you can never really have too many guards. And we also need somebody perhaps to work as a sort of a master of ceremony of sorts.
I'm good at that too.
Well, you can decide amongst yourselves who wants to do what as we're on the way there.
Fred, do you have just a list of all the jobs that I may take on?
So pretty much the positions that he would need would be like chef's assistants, potentially like security guards, master ceremony, and maybe like some organizer, but maybe not like organizer per se, but like somebody to kind of make sure that things kind of keep moving, keep running, and kind of solve issues as they come up during the event.
I am, in my lowly life, I am a master of nothing. But if I may be over this ceremony, that I may have it in the name of the Redeemer, and I start crying and praise his name on high. It would make this gentle soul most proud.
So which job did you want, BB? Because I think I would make a pretty good supervisor.
I would like to be the master of ceremony in the name of the Redeemer.
Yeah, I think that's a good job for you.
Absolutely.
So, Targ, do you think that I could make a secret ingredient for the competition that they all have to use inside their meals that they have to create?
Yeah, I think that would be a great idea.
I think
I could frisk people at the front door.
Yeah, I'll bust out my alchemy kit when we get there. I think I can do this.
Yeah, you're great at that kind of stuff.
Okay. All right. Very well. So let's go. I'll take you over to the Golden Nectar, and we can get started.
Sounds fantastic. In the name of the Redeemer, we shall go. Tally ho.
Do we have a location?
Tally ho.
The
Yes.
Golden.
So the Golden Nectar, and let me go ahead and make sure that I'm clicking on the right building here. The Golden Nectar is going to be this location right here.
Okay. Walk through the gate.
Oh wait, so no, y'all better go. Y'all better stop swimming through this
fact.
water. We don't even know what season it is.
Wait, I thought it was.
There we go.
We're all walking through the BB. Oh, we did it right.
So you arrive at the Golden Nectar, which is a pretty nice dining hall. Like it's quite lavish. Like you can imagine, this is probably a pretty upper class kind of place. Now, sorry. So when you get there, Omric will say, "Okay, well, this way. We actually have both of the chefs that are competing here already. Here, I'd like to go ahead and introduce you. First, we have Bundaro Astrazal, which
What? That's a whole lot of syllables.
Bundaro Astrazal.
I'm gonna hold on, Tish. I'm gonna send you all these. I'm in private message. I'm writing
I
this
love your
down. too.
glasses, Bendaro.
Ah, yes. Well, thank you.
Oh, where'd you get them, Matt?
Well, there's a nice artificer just over in the just over off of the short road. I can go ahead and recommend you if you would like.
Oh yeah. I'll tell him you sent me.
Okay. Yes. Very well. He knows me well, and he'll give you an address to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Not gonna lie, Bendaro's giving. Like he's kind of hot. Like he can get it. Bendaro can get it.
I feel like Bundaro spent most of his life trying to grow that facial hair.
Well, you know, growing facial hair does take time and patience, until you start growing it, and then it just doesn't stop.
Go on. Tell me
all
more.
Oh, you want to know all of my facial hair growing secrets? I see.
At least one secret would be great. No one told me anything.
Genetics.
That's the big secret. It's genetics.
Okay. So we have met Bundaro Astrazal.
Yes. And then he will introduce you next to Ozar the Exquisite.
Does he introduce him with the title, The Exquisite?
Well, yes. I mean, it's a part of his name, Ozar the Exquisite.
Nice.
I mean, it separates him from the other Ozars.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to get your Ozars confused.
Ozar the brash, Ozar the mean, Ozar
Exactly.
the lean.
Exactly. Yeah, this is definitely not any of those. This is Ozar the Exquisite.
Ozar the bean, which is actually being used in this cooking show.
Oh, I didn't spell that right. Okay. Hi, Ozar. Ozar looks like my bi wife.
Everybody look like your bi wife.
He's a husband to a bi wife. He has to mention it all the time. It's like the law.
I'm really
It's my
starting to wonder
personality.
what your bi wife looks like, considering the two that we've been told look like your bi wife already.
Just don't get me drunk around them.
So your bi wife's a shapeshifter.
Maybe that explains it. All right. So as you can probably tell, Ozar is actually half ogre.
What is that supposed to mean?
He is half ogre. It means he's got layers, or at least
Oh.
half layers.
Damn it. I was going to say that.
Are you making a cake?
Oh, he's an onion.
He's an
Well, actually, the competition is going to have a couple of different rounds. We're going to have multiple courses. So we were planning on
That's
starting.
French.
We were planning on starting with appetizers and then moving to maybe like a soup, then into like a main course.
I'm writing these notes down for the master of ceremony so I can give my grand speech at the beginning.
Of course.
And you said, I'm sorry, were there? I thought you said there were 4 chefs.
Oh no! This is
Just
just
these two?
the 2 chefs, but they have assistants. They need help with cooking. many hands. It is still, of course, the chef's vision, but it is quite difficult to manage all things in the kitchen with just 2 hands.
Absolutely. Okay,
Baby,
and
will you be telling them the secret ingredient for each meal that they have to present?
I had not thought about a secret ingredient, but now that you mention it, does sound very intriguing. So I think perhaps we should do something like that. Did you have something in mind here? We can go over here and talk about it. I don't want the contestants to know if it's supposed to be secret.
Yes, absolutely. I've got some things in mind. We can definitely.
And he'll
work
go
this
with
together.
you to like the pantry to be able to figure that out.
I bust out my whole alchemist kit, like all around me, spread it all out. All of my things, my mortar, my pestle, it's just everywhere. I take up space, clear things off the table. This is going to be good.
So what are you making?
Okay. So for the first, you said appetizers. I'm thinking we go with spiced eye of newt. I've already got it powdered up and ground up into powder. So they'll have to do an appetizer with spiced eye of newt.
And we're really
Okay.
looking for the eye of newt, the spices of it, to be the main focus for the appetizer.
Right. It really needs to show in the
Absolutely.
appetizer.
Absolutely.
Right. Focus.
Yes.
Focus.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then the entree, we said, an entree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I picked up these squealing eel knees and I've sliced them up. And so
Okay.
they're pickled, and you can put the squealing eel knees, the pickled, and find a way to incorporate that into their main entree.
Definitely sounds like it could be a challenge.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
We all do also have a soup course and a dessert.
Oh, the soup course. I didn't. Yeah. Okay. So soup course. Are we thinking sweet or spicy? Let me see. What do we have here? Oh, I've got a hellish pepper here. We could put that in the soup. Hellish peppers.
That does sound quite spicy. I'm not sure how the princess likes her food.
Everybody likes spicy food, right?
Well, I suppose it'll be part of the challenge.
Yes. How to make it good. And then for the dessert, I got these special druidic mushrooms from the forest. I think they would go really well in any dessert. They're dried.
Well, definitely some interesting choices, but I think that interesting choices make for a good challenge. And ultimately, I think when we're talking about someone as discerning as the princess, then I suppose that a challenge for any would-be chef is probably appropriate.
Yes, rich fancy people have really interesting palates. So I think this is the way to go.
It's the rich, fancy people.
I mean, you're not wrong. Rich people eat weird things.
By the way, the mushrooms are definitely special shrooms.
Special shrooms.
Yes.
So they contain the psilocybin. This is what you're saying.
Oh yeah. They'll make you see ghosts.
Are you sure you didn't have mushrooms earlier?
Okay.
Anyway, yes. Okay. Well, that all actually sounds rather good. So actually, with everybody else, like, so who was doing what? BB was going to do Master of Ceremonies.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to be the bodyguard at the front door or whatever, like making sure nobody's carrying in weapons or something. Like, hey, what do you wanting me to do? Like, you want me to frisk people coming in? Like, how are we doing this?
Well, I don't necessarily need it to go that far. I mean, after all, the princess will have her own guard with her, but we just at least need someone minding the door. I mean, this is a private event after all.
Taking coats and stuff, or what are you looking for?
Well, mostly just making sure that other people don't come in. This really is a private competition just for the chefs and the princess.
So like just taking names. You got a list somewhere?
I was about that.
Well, the princess will be coming with her entourage, and everyone else should already be here.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So I'm gonna be supervising everyone. So okay, Thotark, take this list. The only person on it is the princess and her entourage.
All right.
Okay.
No, nobody's going to be walking past me.
Besides the princess and her entourage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
Yes. That should be it. Yes. So Ponsonby was doing the like supervisory, like organizer kind of stuff.
She's gonna be checking in on everybody as they're doing their job.
Okay. And so Set, like aside from the planning with secret ingredients and things, did you want to try and do anything else with that, or?
So I think before the competition, I'll throw an apron on and start slicing up the newt knees and get all the stuff prepped. But then once it's all prepped and ready to go to the dishes, I will, or not newt knees, eel knees. Anyways, I'll after that point I'll go find Thotark and make sure that he's doing security just fine. Like I'll go, find my brother.
Ponsonby will come over to Set and be like, "Hi. Refer to me as Hall Pollywood. What do you got for us today?"
Hall Pollywood. I have the Eye of Newt powder for the appetizers. You see how I've ground it up and dried it out into these really fine powder. It's got a very strong flavor and a very vibrant color. But we'll see what the contestants do with it.
Interesting. And then we have the Master of Ceremony. Let's go see what they're doing.
Bye.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything to you. I don't know if I'm gonna like that. We'll see. A little bit of power goes to my head.
I see. Is it my time? Am I
Yes,
going?
yes,
Am I ready?
BB, what do you have for us today?
I am beyond myself with joy and admiration at the opportunity to serve not only this town, but serve this town in the name of the Redeemer and Justice. And then I look off into the distance, and I'm waiting for you to ask me another question.
That sounds amazing. And you can call me Hall Pollywood. And Ponsonby puts out their hand for a handshake.
I shout out, "For justice!" off in the background.
You see Hall Pollywood sees BB's knees buckle a little bit at the For Justice, and then I stand up again.
Well, I'm sure you're gonna do great.
In the name of the Redeemer. In the name of the Redeemer. When are we starting?
Well, the princess should be here shortly, and we can start when she arrives.
Hall Pollywood, for the sake of the Redeemer and not embarrassing the church, I must remember her name. Princess Ashana.
Afina.
Like Athena.
Athena. Princess Aquafina.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Yes.
There. I have typed it for you in chat.
Yes. Princess Afina.
She likes it when you pronounce it like that.
Okay. So heavy emphasis on the F. Afina.
There's no F, but yeah.
Princess Afina.
Princess Alulu.
Okay.
Anyway, for the ceremony, please make sure that we are ready, and I will be out there momentarily. Now, away. Bye. Hall. Bye. Goodbye.
Okay.
Okay.
You're not gonna respond?
Bye. Bye.
I hate you.
Sorry.
She just walks away with her clipboard and ignores you.
She did to me.
So did you want to talk to anyone else as Hall Hollywood before we get going?
No. I think we have everything set. We are ready to begin.
Okay. So not too long after the princess does arrive, you see actually walking in front of her, like a group of guards. Let's see. A group of guards that are dressed like this, that you would recognize as the royal guards, as well as two that look a little more like this, which you would recognize as Knights of the Crown, which are more like the personal guards. The one of the two Knights of the Crown, upon walking in, will actually announce, "Make way for the Princess Afina." And shortly after, the princess will walk in.
Lovely.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Has she been crying?
Why is her makeup fucked?
I think she's gonna love my secret ingredients.
Like, we love a queen. I'm sorry, in this case, a princess. We love a princess that doesn't follow like standards.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But honey, that's the club makeup you made out with too many men with, and
Her friends are not doing their job. What kind of guards does she have? Wipe the mascara.
like clearly none of the guards are gay.
I mean, are you really gonna try and tell the princess that she's not looking her best?
Yes, you look out for Bestie all the fucking time. So I don't know if BB can handle this. How your hair look a whole fucking mess though?
So as what they do they come in the door, or are they coming in from outside? Do they walk past me?
Yes, they'll come in through the door there.
I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Princess Afina, you're looking as lovely as ever.
That's a lie.
Always it's such an honor to be in your presence."
Yes, I'm sure it is. So when can we get started? I'm hungry.
Yeah, my brother's helping out back there. He's making sure it all tastes really good.
Well, it had better.
Brevanius does walk up and takes a spot in the center of the tournament area to begin the Master of Ceremonies ritual. Should I just go ahead and start? I mean, we ready?
I mean, if you're ready to start, we can go ahead and start this thing.
Brevanius puts his fist to his chest and says, "Welcome, one and all, here at Oded Beer. We are having our annual competition for the Princess Athena. Let it be known that her palette is undistinguishable, and you are you would be remiss to not witness the magic that she is able to do with her tongue. Although her visage is striking, her palette is even more striking." I then say, "I, Brevanius the Rothschild of the Church of the Redeemer, doth name this competition in the name of the Redeemer itself, lest we be smitten and sent to hell for the rest of eternity. So we will do this in prayer." And I get down on one knee, actually both knees, because we're sub. And I then recite a little incantation. You see a little bit of a burst of light come from me because I've done like a little bit of a radiant word. And then I say, "Let the competition begin."
Okay. So I think so I guess really when we're getting started, we probably also need to, or you'd probably also need to announce like the whole thing with the secret ingredient, probably.
Oh, I mean, because if we're going to go into the first round, I could do that too.
Well, I mean, I figure that's where we were going to be starting, or at least maybe introduce the chefs, and then we'll get started.
Yes, in the red corner we have Astrazol, Astradamus, Nostradamus. We have Bendero.
My name is Bundaro Astrazal.
Yes, a most notable heathen that is not a part of the Church of the Demon. We can fix that later. And he is in the red corner. And his opponent for the evening will be the one, the only, Amric Lasagna. Woo!
Wrong one.
You mean Ozar the Exquisite?
That one, yes. That is exactly what I said. Ozark the Exquisite.
Nailed it.
And he is in the blue corner. And for the first round, we will be featuring our appetizer. In a different language, you say appetizer. And for this appetizer, oh great Princess Athena, the secret ingredient is right here. And I do a little flourish of my hands. And I assume that the thing is in front of me. And I open it.
Mm-hmm.
And today's secret ingredient is spiced eye of newt that comes from the other realm of Halloween. And I don't hear the oohs and ahs in the audience, so I just say to myself, ooh, ah, so spicy, so boring, so elegant. Champions of the kitchen, you have, how long do they have? Line.
Let's just say they have like 20 minutes to make their appetizers or something. I don't know.
Yes, you have clearly not enough time.
But they're going to have less time as it goes on because this is time that they're working towards everything.
Yes. So you have 20 minutes, but shit gets worse. So,
like the appetizers have to be out within 20 minutes, but they also need to be working on other dishes so that they can already have stuff made.
You have
let's make it 15 because
sure,
Princess Athena is hungry.
Well, at least somebody around here is listening.
Princess, do you listen when people help you with your looks?
Hey, keep it in line, Master of Ceremony.
Obviously, nobody is going to be able to manage my looks. I have to do this myself because nobody else is good enough.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Keep it in line, Master of Ceremony. Stick to what you're supposed to be doing.
Yes, quite. So, contestants, you will have 20 minutes to complete your dish. Not only complete your dish, but plate it and have it served as well.
That's 15 minutes.
Hey, Ponsonby, whose job is this?
I know, but you were wrong, so I had to correct you. Sorry. I'm sorry,
yes.
Bibi.
Yeah.
It's just going to my head, you know?
Redeemer. One of us,
you're right.
Redeemer.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of us? Just me.
Just you.
Master of Ceremony too?
Yeah, okay.
Is that you?
Yep, no.
That's not you, is it?
Yes, you're right.
Oh, man, that's me,
okay.
right?
Yeah,
okay.
That's you.
All right, cool. So whatever,
Okay.
like no big deal, right?
All right. I mean,
All right.
this
Hey, it's squashed
okay.
if you squash it.
It's yeah.
All
okay.
right.
Squashed.
So, as I was, 15 minutes it is. Ready and begin.
And the chefs will be working hard at trying to get everything together, trying to scrounge things together, trying to figure out what in the world they're going to do with spiced eye of newt.
That sounds awful.
Set makes his way back over to Thotark at this point because he's all done preparing the secret ingredients and just like, how's it going?
Thotark is examining like priceless like artifacts or whatever, not artifacts, like decorations, things that he may be able to pick up around the door. He's staying at the door just to keep anybody from coming in, but he's looking around. Oh, hey, not really seeing anything I can grab here. How'd it go back in the kitchen?
Great. I think it's probably my best work I've ever done.
Did you mix those mushrooms in there?
Yeah, for dessert. They're gonna love them.
Oh yeah. I hope they make enough for everybody. It'll be really easy to convince people to give me stuff.
You're not wrong. That's it for me. I'm working security with him.
All right. So as everything is going on, like the chefs are hard at work. The princess is going to be making just a bunch of comments throughout. Things like, so where did you find these people anyway? So what was named Bundaro? More like Butt Dungo.
I like this.
Princess Afina, your jokes are just as elegant as your visage.
I know.
I am going to go up to the princess and I'm going to inquire. So, princess, how do you feel about possibly having spiced eye of newt? What does that give your palate at this moment?
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever had spiced eye of newt, but it does sound really fancy, so it's probably good.
Yes, we have a current taste test. I give her a little. I give her like a knife tip full, like doing a bump of spiced eye of newt.
Giving her a bump.
This is a family show.
It sure is. And I say, you should, if you are to, do you believe, princess, that if you are to give your most honest opinion, that you should taste it beforehand?
Well, I mean, that's probably a good idea. I mean, then I can maybe experience the taste a little better.
Absolutely. And while you're doing that, have you ever talked about, like, to anyone about maybe hiring a different makeup artist?
I told you I do my own makeup.
Oh my God. And sweetie. I have the perfect person for you, my bi-wife. She would be able to help you so much. You are on the right track. You are on the road to success. But she can help you complete that road with just a few key pointers. She's a beautiful woman. She looks just like that person over there.
I love that this is just going to be a thing.
And then, how long until the food is ready?
So as y'all are kind of small talking and everything, like the time does go through and time actually comes up and the appetizers are ready.
Time is up. All right, drop your knives. Put your hands up.
Like, is that like a threat? Like, hands up.
Cooking other things too.
They're literally about to stab each other. Stop your knives.
Ponsonby is very into having this power. So yes.
Power.
Power.
Doesn't the princess's eyes remind you of the eye of a newt? I mean, look at them.
Hey, stop talking. You can't do anything at all. You guys over there, stop it. We're serving the princess now.
Sorry, I said that louder than I thought I did.
Yeah, it was too loud.
I got an extra wig that might help her out.
My bad, Hall.
Ponsonby.
Call me
question.
Hall Pollywood. I'm Hall Pollywood for this competition.
I'm sorry. Hall,
Yes.
would it be in my position to go retrieve the carts and have them brought to the princess?
Yes.
I, Brevanius Rothschild, master of ceremonies, do command thee to bring your dishes. And I bow, like a deep bow.
It's about time. I've been starving over here.
Okay, you guys can continue
You know what else is
gossiping
starving?
over there.
Your skin. Drink water, princess. My wife, she has like the perfect thing for this. It's got like different elements of like cucumber, mint,
Tea tree oil.
oxygen.
Hey, Seth, you think brunette or
That sounds
blonde?
really
Which
good.
one?
Like delicious, really.
Ah, yes, and you should chug it nonetheless. Here are the appetizers.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll try some of this one. I guess that's one's okay. I guess that's maybe a start. And now this one. Well, I think I'll give this first round to Ozar.
Wait.
Congratulations, Ozar. All right. Now you have 10 minutes to finish up your next dish. Get to it.
Yes, go, Ozar. Bye, wife. Proud of you.
What's the
So the next is soup.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
In the year 247 in the age of judges, Vartan was summoned home by a letter stating that his father has died under mysterious circumstances. Upon returning home, Vartan opened his mind to the possibility that his father's death in his hometown of Eterno was not everything that it appeared to be. Welcome to Ethereal Embrace. That's me, Vartan. Yeah, so I'm not sure what to expect when I get back to Eterno, but at least I remember the food is good. And I gotta say, anything is better than what I just went through.
Yes. And we have soup made from Eonies.
no hellish peppers?
Oh, that's the hellish peppers? Oh, yeah, it is. Because you said the hellish peppers last. Hold on. I'm choking. Wait. All right. Very manly of me. I feel very mask for mask right now. All right. Princess Avina. Our next course is soup. How do you feel about soup?
I like soup.
How do you feel about soup with this? And I do a grand flourish, and it's like this disgustingly like fucking chemical looking hellish red pepper. It looks like someone said the Incredible Hoku and they dipped it in that and just here we have a hellish red pepper. Even though it says hellish, it's still noted in the Eye of the Redeemer. I can eat it myself. I choose not to because I like my butthole. So here we have the hellish red pepper from this very kingdom that we are in right now. Afina, these chefs will provide you with a soup so delicious and so tangible that it will not only disrupt your palate, but delight it.
Well, I do like how red it is. Red's kind of my favorite color. It really brings out my lips.
Have you...
She's not wrong, though, Tart. She's not wrong.
Yeah.
Afina, the road to success. My bye wife. Remember, it takes a village. And we can help you. Soup. The soup is going.
So while these soups are going, so right now, like Thotark and Set are both hanging out over at the door.
Yeah.
And I guess with Ponsonby and BB, they're kind of more just kind of floating around.
Yeah, Ponsonby is going to walk over to Set and Thotark and be like, "Okay, so what's the gossip?"
Oh, I was trying to decide which wig I should offer Princess Afina to help her out with that mullet.
Oh, I like the mullet. It's like in style and stuff now.
Yeah. But this wig, I mean, come on. It's made from owlbear hair.
Owlbear hair. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's
cool.
very cool. Very expensive.
Oh.
Might be able to get in good with her.
You could steal that painting over there before we leave.
Oh,
Yeah, we could
wow.
do that too. Yeah,
Oh.
I've already thought about that.
I mean, I guess.
They're rich people. They don't even look at paintings. They don't
Yeah.
believe in them.
Yeah, they won't even notice it. Trust me.
Can you let me ask if Princess Afina even noticed the painting before you steal it? Can we just ask her if we can have it?
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
Ask her if she noticed it, and if she didn't, then we'll take it.
This is not Princess Afina's like establishment. This is Umbric's establishment.
Right.
Yeah.
But I mean,
He's
the
rich,
princess
too.
is the most important person here. So if she didn't even notice it, there's no point in having it up, right?
Agreed.
She doesn't have domain over this place, does she?
All right.
In my mind, she does
she is
because she's the
of
princess.
Oathbreaker.
Also, okay. While you're doing that, I will say that I am talking to Princess Afina. And I say, Princess, have you seen your crown lately? Princess? Your crown.
Seen it? Like,
yeah, have you looked at it?
I mean, when it's not on my head.
Princess Afina, do you realize that your actual crown resembles pustules?
No.
Lipoma, if you will.
No, those are
pearls.
Those are pearls. Like they're beautiful gems from the sea.
But they don't look quite beautiful. Maybe I could take your crown and polish it for you. In the name of the Redeemer, of course.
No, I have plenty of polishers back at the castle.
They're not doing a good job, Afina. I mean, Your Highness. Your Highness, Are you aware that you look tragic?
Oh my god! No! Hey! Get out of here,
Athena,
baby!
no,
Sorry.
no.
That's just the master
I
of
can't let this
ceremonies.
facade go on any
Ignore
longer. You
him.
say that you do your own makeup and you just
Get out
look
of here!
awful.
No, just stop!
My wife
Princess
does her
Athena,
makeup
I
better
am
in the dark.
So sorry.
With her eyes closed.
Here. It's the only thing is you have a little bit of run from your mascara. Here, let me get that.
And your lipstick is
no,
a mess.
stop it!
Look,
Go away!
You only have blush on one cheek. You only have blush on one cheek.
That's not how that works.
They're getting locked up, aren't they?
Yeah. Hopefully, we don't ever have to work with the princess again, because this is not good.
The
We
Redeemer
may
said
have
that
to
we
steal
shall
stuff just
not
to
be
get
liars.
them out of jail.
If we have to leave in a hurry, let's take the painting.
Yeah. That
Yeah,
vase
go
over
ahead.
there.
Take the painting. I
You're
can
not
still
with
hear
us.
you.
And so
Okay,
it's very like
Princess-
Jerry Springer. I'm being carted off by like security, but I'm like still talking mad shit.
Yeah, Ponsonby is definitely pointing guards to BB at this point. Listen, Princess Athena, yes, you do have a little bit of a run from your mascara, and that's normal.
It's a mess, girl.
That's why you have friends, like people like me. Look, and Ponsonby like licks her thumb and just wipes a little bit of the runned mascara off her cheek. You look beautiful, though. I absolutely love your hair. Mullets are in style, girl.
Well, at least someone here has some common sense.
Yeah, we got we have to have each other's backs, right?
Right.
Is this
Yeah.
who you want to take your fashion advice from?
So, excuse me, I'm very shiny.
Hmm.
And obviously,
and you are being
obviously,
parted off.
she knows what is good fashion. She can recognize my beauty, unlike some people here.
Oh,
Yes.
honey, we are not talking about your
Can
beauty.
you
We're
gag?
talking about what you do to
Guards,
yourself.
gag this person.
You are a beautiful person.
Gag!
but God
Gag them!
Christ, what have you
Here,
done to yourself?
yeah, I'm the. Hey, let me come in here. Hey, baby. Let's Oh, I mean, person I don't know. First time seeing you. Let's walk over here. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm gonna wave the guards off and be like, hey, don't worry about it. Hey,
Yeah,
sir.
One guard, gag BB, and take him away.
No, let's
Just
not.
that one.
Let's
You.
not gag him now. Let's.
Please gag him.
Alright, he just needs a drink. He just needs a drink. That's all he needs.
I cry on Thotark. I cry on Thotark's shoulder, and I say, "The Redeemer told me I was not to be a liar. I was to tell the truth. This facade was going on for too long, and I felt that my soul was going to hell. What would you have me do here?
Well,
Lie?
Okay, nobody asked you what about her makeup and stuff. You just shared that information.
But she so blatantly said that it was a good job. She said she was the only one that could do this good job. That's a lie. Why would we lie to her? No one asked me, but I'm not going to sit here and just let wrong be done. Justice.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I know.
But you're causing a bit of a scene, and I really don't want to break you out of jail.
I was huffy and puffy before, and I relinquished all this energy that I had. And I say, unfortunately, I do not think that I am fit to be master of ceremonies.
Here, I'm just gonna grab one of the rich people's like drinks, their champagne glass, or well, I guess it'd be prosecco because there's, yeah, but I'm gonna grab their glass and hand it to BB. You're like, here, just here. Let
What
me
is this?
pull up a
You're
chair
like-
for you. Just have a sip of this. It'll help you feel better.
What is this? Because it's in a wine glass, and you know that I am of the Church of the Redeemer.
You can grab somebody's drink. What is this
It's-
wine? No, this is prosecco.
It's
you
not
fucking
beer.
bitch.
It's not beer.
Yeah, it's not beer.
And it's not that treacherous drink you gave me before called Whiskwa?
Oh, it is definitely not Whiskwa.
Well then I down it.
It tickles, don't it?
It tastes like happy.
Yeah, there we go. All right. So what's next up on the list there?
All right, and now the princess is going to taste the soups with the wild pepper in it.
Actually, before they actually take the soups up, like one of the apprentice, or like one of the assistants from Bundaro's side is going to actually approach Thotark.
Okay.
After he came over, and he's gonna kind of like say, just kind of like whispered, like hushed tones, like, "Hey, if I were to give you like 300 gold, do you think that you could mix some of this into Ozar's soup over there?"
Oh, what's this?
I mean, it's nothing harmful or anything. It's just maybe it makes this soup not taste so good.
That doesn't tell me what it is. I don't want to poison the lovely Princess Athena.
I mean, it's just an overabundance of mushroom powder.
Oh yeah. Well, wouldn't that make it taste better?
Well, I don't know. Have you ever had way too much mushroom powder?
Yeah.
I hate to interrupt, but I don't. Does BB hear any of this?
No, BB is carted off and gagged.
No, I prevented that.
Okay. Because if BB is here and hearing this is definitely totally super duper not justice.
No, it is not justice at all.
And I say, oh my god, can we like not drug the princess? Like that's stupid.
Don't tell him about my mushrooms.
No, because like those mushrooms were a part of the contest. Like this is like, hey, no offense, man, but you're like really shady looking. Can we like not do this? Hey, 300 gold. Thotark, are you really going to sell your soul for a really 300 gold, man? 300 gold, man? It's only 300 gold, man. You don't have to do it, man. You don't have to do it. Think of the children.
Yeah, but I want to. Okay, I can't tell you. I can't do this. I'm thinking. Shit. Hey, you know what? You got the 300 gold right now.
Yeah, I've got the 300 gold right here.
Okay, well, go ahead and pay me up front, and I will do my best to try and get it in there. You can watch me, even.
All right, fine. And he'll hand over a bag with the 300 gold in it.
All right, and the mushroom.
And
powder.
yes, he'll also give you the mushroom powder.
All right.
You turn around and you notice that BB has drunkenly slithered away from this whole interaction.
Oh man. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use sleight of hand and swap this mushroom so he can see me. I'm going to use sleight of hand to swap the mushrooms with, god damn it, with something from my rations.
With something from your rations?
Yeah.
So you're trying to do this to trick him?
Yeah. So he thinks that I'm putting it in there.
Okay.
And as I walk over to the other soup, oh, it's all question marks.
Yeah, it's question marks because I did a private roll.
Private roll.
Ooh.
I got dude's 300 gold though.
So
all that shit.
He does not seem to have any reaction.
Okay. And I'm going with it. And okay. I'm gonna walk over to the soup and like, all right. I like what it smells amazing over here in Ozar's side of the aisle here. Oh man, I can't believe I'm excited to see how Princess Ophelia feels about this. I'm gonna just like say something. Oh, the hellish peppers really burn the hairs in your nose. It's that's wonderful. I love
Smells so
that
good.
feeling. Yeah. Well, I think it's about time, chefs. Time
All
to
right.
bring out the soup dish.
And they'll both bring their soup dishes out.
Hi.
Hey,
There's
baby.
soups.
So definitely BB is lurking around the corner of the queen of the princess.
Is BB staying out of the way? Like, can Ponsonby see BB? Because Ponsonby definitely ordered BB to be gone.
So is BB actually like
No,
out?
I'm like slithering, like I'm in the shadows, like ready to leap. But until it happens, I have to make my grand entrance. While I'm slithering in the shadows, do I see the person that was dealing to Thotark?
I mean, they're not like hiding. Like they're one of the assistant chefs or like the assistant cooks. So yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, so I'm just like, I'm totally like lurking somewhere near the queen, near the princess, and I am chilling. No scene yet.
no scene yet.
Yes,
You're
no
just
scene.
hiding and waiting for your moment to pounce.
It has
and
to
make
be
everything go
triumphant.
crazy
It
again.
has to, yeah, exactly. It has to, it has to serve. It has to give.
Okay, am I like bringing the soup to the princess?
Well, I guess
Or the
if
chef's bringing it.
if the master of ceremonies has retired, then somebody's
Retired
gonna need
master.
to.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah, we got the chef's soups here. Bandero's here first. Oh, it's looks like a lovely bisque. And Ozar's I don't know, is this some kind of gumbo? Yeah, I think that's gumbo.
Yeah,
There
gumbo.
you go.
Has she picked up her first? Has she picked up her first spoonful yet?
Yes, and also just wanted to like be 100% clear on this. So you have not tried to do anything to Ozar's soup, correct?
Oh no, I just I fake sprinkled in
Right, but you
something
didn't
that
actually
wasn't the mushroom.
You didn't actually do anything to it.
No.
Right.
I didn't do anything that would have affected it.
Okay.
But
Fake
BB
sprinkles.
doesn't know that.
No,
Right.
BB doesn't know.
I'm just trying to figure out for like the actuality of what was done.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not giving her the mushroom powder.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, after I see the princess pick up her first spoonful of Ozar's soup.
So she'll take the spoonful of the soup and as she puts it in her mouth, she kind of giggles a little bit, like I like the way it kind of tickles on my tongue.
I bound over towards her, and I do like an FBI tackle, like Secret Service tackle.
Oh my god!
And it's like very slow motion, like Princess Safina, no. And I tackle her. And
Where are her guards?
I think at this point her guards are going to step in.
I say, do not swallow it. Someone is trying to poison you, princess. And as the only person here that was brave enough to fucking tell you the fucking truth, I'm telling you right now, that shit's poison, man.
She's gonna be screaming, guards!
Your shit's poison.
and her guards, like the two knights of the crown, are going to approach and try and drag you off.
No, princess, listen. That person over there, that person had a poison, and they were trying to make another person lose. And I stopped that from happening because that was not going to be true to your palate. And I'm trying to protect your palate and you from the fuckery and the bullshittery that's happening right now. It's not me, man. It's them. It's not me.
Well, it doesn't taste like poison to me.
It tastes like shit, though, doesn't it?
It tastes good.
You're lying.
Oh my god, you can't tell the princess she's lying, BB!
Ponson B?
I'm gonna cast Whisper to BB, and I'm gonna say, "Hey, I didn't put the mushroom powder in there. I swapped it out. She's good. It's not poison. It's not the poison."
So it doesn't taste like shit right now because it's been swapped out cleverly. Because it's been swapped out cleverly by that person over there. I'm telling you, man, someone's poisoned your shit, and you're just gonna fucking let me go, and you're gonna die. You're gonna die.
It's not the poison specifically for Princess Athena.
Stop happening. It's BB. Quit being so reactionary.
Obviously delusional.
I tried to have him haul it off earlier.
First he doesn't recognize my beauty, and then now he thinks that people are trying to kill me.
I like that I'm the crazy one here. When you clearly look a mess. No.
To be fair, just to clear his name, he's actually trying to help you. I'm gonna have to disqualify Bandero. God damn it.
You don't have the authority to do anything.
Bandero over here, because his assistant tried to pay me this 300 gold to put this mushroom powder in Ozar's soup, but I swapped it out just so I wouldn't do it. Just so nobody could do it.
So Bandaro is going to look very taken aback. How dare you accuse me of such a stunt?
Well, your assistant. I said your assistant.
Well, this is implied to be at me. This is disqualifying me for something that you're trying to accuse me of, and I will not stand for it. My food stands on its own. I don't need any kind of trickery to be able to win this kind of competition.
You might not need the trickery.
Get that assistant then.
Absolutely.
Ponsonby elbows the queen a little bit, like, hey. This is so much drama, isn't it? How entertaining.
The princess does seem very amused by all this drama.
I don't know if Ponsonby catches my eye, but I'm giving Ponsonby like a glare, like if you don't say something.
All right. So, princess, BB over there was really trying to save your life. They were a little bit misguided. I don't think we should do anything negative to him. But this has been so entertaining, right? We should I think BB almost deserves some sort of acting award.
Oh,
you
so
know what?
it's all just some kind of act? Well, that maybe makes some sense.
Yeah, I know this is a cooking show, but wow, BB's performance was mwah, chef's kiss, right?
Well, admittedly, he really did have me convinced that he was some kind of lunatic.
Yeah, Yeah, he's good at that.
Yeah,
Take a bow, BB. Take a bow.
Yes, take a bow, BB.
BB begrudgingly and with the most like seething face takes a bow. But I am furious.
And
because I'm actually
collapse.
Yeah. And remember, we do take tips, everybody. And you definitely want to look for us later. We put on performances at parties all the time. So here's my card. You know, I'm gonna hand it to some rich people. Be like, hey, just contact me there. And yeah, we'll come to your parties.
BB's not done with Bandaro's assistant.
Sets at the far wall with his hand on the painting, ready to run. Just holding out of the painting.
For that, so for the conversation between BB and the assistant, and for Set to be able to take the painting because she sees Set what he's doing, she turns the princess around to kind of have a private conversation. So, on tonight's episode of Guess Who the Actors Are, who do you think was the most wild and crazy? And then also, who do you think was the most convincing actor? And she's like, let's have a whisper and let me get your answer and then we'll announce it.
That sounds fun. And she'll lean over and she'll lean over and whisper that she thought that BB was so convincing. Like she really thought that he was so out of line, but then finding out it was all an act, like that was so shocking.
Yeah, he's like one of our number one top jesters in up and coming for sure. But I think he should be considered for possibly a place at your court if you're ever considering a jester.
BB can't hear any of this, but I am personally seething.
I know.
Well, maybe I could use a new jester.
Yeah. We'll see. Like, I'm not sure if he's up to snuff yet for a princess such as you, but keep it in mind for sure. And then who do you think who in this whole arena did you not even realize they were an actor?
Well, I had no idea that BB was an actor. I mean, I thought that they were just a horrible, horrible person.
Oh, so BB gets both. The most outlandish and the most subtle?
Yes, it's so crazy. Like it was so over the top and everything, but then like finding out later it makes so much sense.
All the sense. Yeah.
So much.
Well, I'm glad that you enjoyed, and we do still have the 2 soups for you to try, and then we have one more course, so you can just have those, and we'll have the whole act out of your way, and you can, judge those on your own.
Okay.
And she wipes a little bit of the lipstick off of Princess Athena's top left cheek.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm. We girls gotta look out for each other.
Is anybody trying to tip the performance? I'm walking around. Sorry.
She's not right now, no. Maybe afterwards.
No, I meant the people there, the crowd.
There's no crowd. Like it's a private event.
Oh.
I
thought there was
showing.
4 people there. Oh, okay.
But in any case, so the soup tasting goes fine. and then the preparation starts for the main dishes.
Oh God, not even to the main.
I think we do need to take a break.
Yeah.
I mean, either take a break or we need to try and like
Wrap it up
really quick
and
Yeah, we
wrap
can
it up tonight.
because
Wrap
I
up
mean,
this-
really, like this is kind of like our last bit of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Pre-adventure.
cool.
Like I mean, we can kind of, I mean, because I mean, let's face it, we stretch everything out.
Yeah, we have. Well,
Was that a gay joke?
these are just what?
I guess it is now.
So,
But
here we are.
Entree.
that's right.
So anyway, so with the entrees, like the entrees being prepared, you'll actually overhear Ozar complaining very loudly at Omric. What is this offal I see for ingredients? Omric, this venison is too gamey for the royal palate. We were promised loins of the highest quality. Your words. This will not do. This will not do at all. Which Bundaro, overhearing that, will then chime in. Another excuse I hear from the famous Chef Ozar. It's no surprise he is always pointing the blame at his Sue. Isn't that right? And what? Next it'll be the fault of the princess for making the wrong ruling. I'm not surprised in the slightest, as one side of his lineage ate raw meat like the savages they were. And they start bickering back and forth a good bit until Ozar has had enough, and starts like yelling and kind of making a threatening stance towards Bundaro. If someone wants to maybe try to intervene.
No, I'm Team Ozar. No.
If y'all don't want to intervene, y'all don't have to. Like, you can just let things play out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to watch this.
No, this isn't you, Ozar. No, you don't have to be this way.
So then if nobody steps in, then Ozar has had enough, and he will just haul out and punch Bundaro square in the face and knock him cold out.
That means he wins, right?
So when this happens, Princess Afina will actually stand up. What delightful entertainment, but how dare he fall unconscious? I want both my dishes. You and she'll actually point over at let's see, who's probably closest to the kitchen area right now.
Set.
Sure, let's just go with Set. He at least has some background with this. So she'll point at Set. You, yes, you fool! You shall cook my meal. If you don't, this tasting is over. Now get to it.
Oh yeah, I'm a great cook. I'll head over there and get on that now. But if I win, I can't work for you full time. I've got prior engagements. I'll get to cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually cook. So
all right. So you're now cooking in place of Bundaro. You'll finish your main dish, whichever way you want to do it. If you want to describe that in some way, that's fine. Or if not, that's fine.
I'll probably put the eel's knees. I'll slice them up and I'll oil them and put some seasoning on them, and then I'll probably put them on a bed of nettles, and then decorate it with some, different kind of colorful vegetables that'll go around it, and then a big leg of looks like a leg of meat, but it's really just more of the eel's knees, like designed out to look like that. And then hand it over.
Okay. So she'll go ahead and taste the main courses, and actually seem pretty impressed with both of them. They actually both seemed rather good. For the sake of me kind of running out of stuff and us running out of time, I think we will go ahead and just say more of the same for desserts too.
Except for their special mushrooms.
Except
so
for
eventually
the special
they're going to
mushrooms.
kick in.
Eventually they will kick in, but usually it takes about an hour.
Yep. Yeah.
Yep.
I would have no idea.
Don't ask how I know that. It should be obvious. Anyway, so well, it should be obvious. Anyway, after having tasted the main courses and the desserts, Princess Afina will actually kind of look like she is deep in thought for a second. You know, ultimately, I think both of these were pretty good. And I understand that you said that you didn't have the time to work for me, which I don't particularly like, but I guess at a certain point I have to understand that not everybody is a full-time chef. But I think based on the earlier things that I had, I think I want to actually declare both of them the winner, and they will both actually be my personal chef and take turns weekly. And that way, if either of them ever pisses me off, I can just get rid of them and I'll already have a backup chef.
Huh. What a good idea, Princess.
What about a backup makeup artist?
Stop it! Why isn't he in chains and gagged?
You know, that's a
Does
good
she mean
idea.
Bundaro and Ozar?
Yeah, she meant
Hire both of
Bundaro
them?
and Ozar.
Okay. Not Set. Set
Not
can't
Set.
work here.
Nope, Set, you're going to go work in the Royal Palace now.
I know. Well, this is going to be a long campaign.
And BB
Like
is outlawed in
everybody
Odin.
else is out adventuring, and then it's like, okay, let's cut back over to Set. The princess would like.
I just have a bunch of like gathering missions. I got to go collect vegetables and mushrooms and stuff.
Go to the fresh market.
Yeah. But no, she decides that she'll hire both of the original chefs, so that she can have a backup.
Nice. That's pretty smart.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
especially when
thanks.
you're offended.
If you ever need any help ever, Princess Afina, you know you can call on me. My name is Ponsonby Fanglefin. And I'll make sure nobody ever, does anything negative
Tells you the
whenever I'm
truth.
around.
Well, I'll try to remember that.
Thanks. It was nice meeting you. Well, me and my party of actors are off to our next adventure.
Oh, we're getting paid first.
Yes.
Oh, we already got paid.
No.
Well,
we didn't.
Omric hadn't given you the money yet, but he had already agreed to pay you, and he will pay you.
Okay.
100 gold apiece, except for he gives BB's 100 to Thotark.
Also, Princess, check out this bone. It's really cold.
Nice.
That's how we end it.
I think that works. Good ending. All right. So yeah, that'll bring us basically to the end of our pre-adventure stuff. So the next
Uh-oh.
I don't
Uh-oh.
hear Richard
Richard.
anymore.
Oh, we don't
Wow.
hear you.
Richard.
We cannot hear. He can't hear us either.
Of all the times to cut out.
I mean, I guess it's the best time.
that went kind of weird.
There you go.
There we go. So the next actual session, the characters will be at level 5 to start the adventure proper. So y'all need to go ahead and get that leveling done, and make sure. I think I have for everybody except maybe BB what the magic item that y'all are starting with is.
Why don't I have a magic item?
Because you haven't
you ever-
told Richard what your magic item is.
Oh, I haven't. I was supposed to tell you.
Well, I guess you don't necessarily have to tell me, but it'd be nice for me to at least know that you.
Did you
have
ask
one.
for it?
I mean, I at least asked that everybody have one, but I mean, I guess it was implied that I should know that you've selected one.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
And Richard will also have something in his background at that point besides just plain white blinds.
Yes, I will hopefully have something aside from plain white blinds by then.
We're not going to talk about Nico's plain black curtains.
I live in a void.
Nico's a vampire. It's fine.
In all seriousness, I would totally do that. Like, just like hang like a curtain like right here and just like just have like a little sound booth kind of.
Should we stop streaming?
No, we should just keep talking for like the next hour.
We'll be starting the campaign on January 4th.
Yes, January 4th will be the first session of the campaign proper.
All right.
Go check out elderbrain.com. Go check out creativetypo.com for this and all of our other shows, and see you next time.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.